Hey everybody, in this video I'm just trying to show you how I apply the basic principles of electricity, voltage drop testing, in particular to testing a simple circuit like this power mirror circuit on this 2010 Ford Fusion. If you're a more advanced user, you probably don't need to see this. If you're struggling with basic automotive electricity, I hope this helps. Alright guys, we got this 2010 Ford Fusion. I got people asking me about my diagnostic process, how I go about stuff. So right off the bat, the customer complaint is power mirror doesn't work. Okay, key on or key off, left or right, we have no power mirror operation. So the first thing I always would think, most logical thing, I think everybody agrees, let's check the fuse. So to know what fuse it is, we gotta have service information open. And as I was recording, my phone stopped. Didn't realize I had a problem until I went to edit. But we want to check for the fuse that powers up the circuit in this vehicle, and that's fuse number 12. What you don't see is off camera I hooked up my jumper lead to the negative battery terminal, which is the best ground on the vehicle for testing purposes. It's going to be the fifth one up, 7.5 amp on the left hand side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.5 amps. Fuse, that's the fuse. Now to check this fuse, what I'm going to do is use a voltmeter. Okay, I expect to have battery voltage on both sides of this fuse. And we have battery voltage on one side, and let me check the other side of this fuse. And the other side. But what I want to do is also try to operate the switch. This is testing to see if the voltage drops or changes when the circuit's loaded. I'm operating the switch up and down, left and right. But I don't see any difference in our voltage, so we have good voltage to the fuse, and it's not dropping. Now what I want to check is the switch itself. I want to make sure that we have our battery voltage going into the switch. I want to check that we have a ground at the switch, and I want to check the output. Okay guys, got the switch popped out, and we should have battery voltage on this green and red wire. And we back probe this, and I operated a switch. Here you can see how that fuse that we checked feeds this switch. So operating the switch up and down, left and right, we did have battery voltage. Terminal number 1 is the ground. It's black and white. We're going to make sure that we don't have any voltage on our ground when we hit the switch here. So that's terminal number 3, and then over from that is terminal number 1. We had 8 millivolts on this circuit, which is very low voltage on the ground, which is good. Once again, we operate the switch in all positions, trying to load up the circuit. So our powers and grounds are good to our switch. Now we want to check across the load. Here we're going to test the brown and blue and the gray wire for voltage. This is testing the load as we operate the switch. We should have voltage. Okay, so in the gray, in the brown and blue here, that's where we're at. That is for left and right for the left. I'm hitting left, right, up, down, nothing. Trying all functions, and we should have a voltage that changes. So right now, this switch is not putting anything out on those wires that go up to the mirror. That's up here. So we don't have to take apart all this to check that. We can do a lot of testing right here if we know what we're looking at. So this thing needs a switch. So we didn't change our leads. We just plugged in a brand new switch for this, and we're on those same wires, left and right. We have a power meter that works. Now, what I want to show you is when we're working with meters and they're auto ranging, as this is set to the auto range scale, it does take some time to adjust. So the meter will be faster to respond if we just range this to a range that you know, we know we're going to be not over 99 volts or whatnot, and it's just going to be quicker to respond, so you can see quicker what's happening. But you can see we're dropping 12 volts on that circuit. We should have full battery voltage being dropped across that circuit. If I start the car and our alternator starts charging, you'll see this voltage being dropped across the load be more, 13.5, 13.6, 14.15. Guys, you gotta always understand, find the load in the circuit and do a voltage drop across that load. And we're doing a voltage drop right across the load here.